94.7 Asempa FM, Sunny all talk all day. Ekosiisen dwumadi no asugusu awutie no some 38 minutes after 4, 6:30 p.m. and I sorry dwumadi so emra so say dey a discussion segment no ebebremo Franco Trading Enterprise phone papa fee TCL the Creative Life Dependable Herbal omona dey Adom Malakio aba and a Global Lighting Center Limited in Kania Papa Fie omona boy me dey discussion segment no ebremo money so say your interviews are hodo ye on trending issues in our country and also having insecticide spray and coil and a puff food HEPA plus mixture and a consolidated Bank of Ghana. We stand with you. Omode boy me hear some segment and so I mean my hini boom de bremono EcoBank Ghana, the Pan-African Bank, Sasem Enterprise, Awake Purified Drinking Water, One for Life, Rockstars Roofing Systems, Quality and Affordability, 21st Century Clinic, the Sciatica Expert, and Ostec Properties, Yen Sasira, Omonso Boying, near me here seminar Ebremo, Sounds of Our Time, and so Agbave Herbal Center, Omoda de Mona Soup and a Mona Cream, Abajaso, Amponsa Ifa Pharmaceuticals, producers of FPAC Tablet and FPAC Junior, OMV and Sons Limited, sole distributors of Puncture Safe. Puncture Safe, a puncture sealant. You know, you had a good time, na oka tie no enyo da. And you momo milk and momo powder. Omunyina boy the Sounds of Our Time, Ebremo. Honorable Felix, Quacho for Swatnase, my man Aquabana Fee, a young fire and common and Shasha. So, Honorable Aquabana, Apomia dear.
Oh, yeah, I will be. Yami, I don't know.
Yeah, then you who had a check a crap.
Oh, yeah, no crime say after elections, na Queen Yam.
Yeah.
And I remember.
Yeah.
And so said, send your senka for a canon. The hour number. It's a fin and run as one. Some say they share in Comodia, a foul mine on. I see.
Yeah.
Now I'm saying Queen Yabim. Sans of Mampeni, I come my shebedum at the Bonifren a message on the state of the nation. Atuja. Nti em say Ghana ni baby a wo ho kwan. Say obobo asem a omampeni ndi tu dwa no ho. Na ye hu asem no puma sibre. Na ye hwe say ana ensem a de kwato dwa no ene no kura wo fom no Ekosiisen benkum anase boebra.
Yeah.
Nti megidi se san komodie na bekoso efi na akopem ena edi enimu. Na em say fi ada so ye budget. I say you pay for am budget. And I say we share Ghana ya koma sika.
Yeah.
Nen kabomu a. I'm saying so ya the best to this promises to be a very busy week.
Very.
For here social political discussions.
Very.
I'm say emebebe ma ya konsem.
Ya call in seminar. Na ansana ye beba na maji initial reactions to what you heard. The president spoke for close to 2 hours. Inti odin sembebre na atuja. But so far constituency boko there.
Oh, haya boko. Let me say Madaroma ye no mo na edi nkomo edi abo. Yeah, abrase buka mankese in person. So I'm say the butai VC ye nim. Na butai no enwie pere ye. De ne yensa ana you need that say yensa be kan yensa nka. Na mpenense achia nenso emu. I'm say so wo hwe ase a wo hwe bibia wo hwe ase no. Na wasesa monanti. Nti I think say a lesson or two has been picked from this year. Nti going forward, we know exactly what to do in order to retain this. Because kid bia me catch say NDC seat. I'm say in same be also a baby twem nti. It has taken us some time to reorganize fully and come back. But when that's what say bibia beko yie. Wo hwe in Kugu by Kugu be a margin of 176 votes. It's
176.
That is less than one polling station. Where they said 176.
Oh, wow.
In 2016, you lose parliamentary seats by 1,740 votes. Until you reduce by tenfold.
Yeah.
In terms of Kumedi.
Yeah.
Now we share in the air. Cost what? Bibi Sunku be anywhere best. MP no answer by no more. So there's every indication. Say you to turn your mobile community here. I'm saying be able to hear my. Until me, I take encouragement in the fact say Ababomun some sanity. I thought that was share. I thought that was sorry. Until say what she has now. Any say
Wabemubu. Yeah.
Okoso ebo brano. Otoso eko wenim. Na osakra niama kakra. Say na be yanku ni. But the constituency dey boko. I'm say a year court is someone if you only ade no. nyame adoma betumi ahyase ay organization edi kan na se yehwe de bi asinto ewo na yetenetene no na yedi efie nkomo ya kambom na yede on asebia wetim waka me bi ato nchen na nyina ye adwuma se ne yese se ne be yanko no ba nti me I remain very very hopeful,
but I take it you would venture again.
Oh, sir, it's a bit too early now. I think it's the focus will be on how to reorganize. How to reorganize. Party no ebenya holding. Emre beba acts or sankafo or say
bibia
wonemre. Emre wo me die. Emre a ye dey reorganization, rebuilding. And this is no. There's a timetable. Emre beba must will be per se ojina me eto ne so aba ode ne nkrata akoda mpanifo ye ne tumu ana se ne ye no in the run up to this say na be say ne bi nti it's a bit too early, but what I can assure you of the nyade am betwe me ho if politics. I will be actively involved if for nothing at all. I think I feel a sense of responsibility. Say me ne mpanifo wo no be kan bom na yaji seat back. Nti it is something that I'm fully committed to. Na nyame yadom so a eyade a ebebaso.
Okay. The honorable fellows kwacho for su and yatene nkano okasa na fresh from parliament honorable Andre Japame Sabeka yen sama me na kwa ba na afi yen hyase wo Felix Subio na honorable akwaba na apom te den
we be aduma akwa
Ekosiiisen on
waso apom
nyame na adom bibia bo
fetchem game my late
no problem it has
His Excellency the President to deliver the message on the state of the nation. We are na America Mzabe Budrai.
That's one white yeah.
Oh, nanche white in the celebration mood nani yomi. Was under Abeka yetu abewi.
Yeah.
You know NDC fu one flag bearer former President Mahama Dawanano. Na wa sama waka anje de wedding kunim and easy no nye His Excellency na na danko Akufo-Addo wa bon ne po na waje abana wedding kunim no defi won nsem what ugu kal kwim where demonstrations what show ties what destroy public property and one kan na ogotubo wi ase no wako Supreme Court in accordance with Article 64 of the 1992 Constitution. What we could do court was abani yeto say a use declaration electoral commission would declare on the 9th or the total vote cast figure or kasana no for me or the total valid votes cast figure say a day calculation na ubia winya 50%. Oh, na ba as we ma wo victory we full say ma I encourage you supporters na they won ko road do na won ko jubilate obanda na echi ebejina quarter esi ubia ndi nkunyimi. One petition is what we call Supreme Court. Ehwe petition na engineer do wojinda no anyi there. Electoral commissioner on the day obobo abano. Or you see 13,434,574. And okadonu no ye total valid vote cast. Now, let me figure so eka individual voter candidates in Wunyai Ediboma Umbr. Inti clearly on the face of it.
Ekosiiisen
No a mistake.
FM.
Uzande them 13,434,574 no. Ono seka vote ya tuni na including sport ballots. Hina kahwa. No amount to them figure. Them figure so no number so one fenye declaration of the results. Umbrellas won't use the total valid vote cast. No fair declaration. It's the one witness. Okay, na witness box na no can back and 14 na no the conclusion. The petition no watunsum. And the Supreme Court last week Thursday would determine petition in your NDC for what to call court. And in there, so I'm paying over Parliament no about the State of the Nation address. I know be here there. Yeah, fufu na edition. Ewa na yamanu kranche. The Ghana fo jawaji na tu ninjuma pa oriye onkodo ano ye na enzi yete nechi. Na mo nisun there in NDC for. Unfortunately, former president nanka me expect the madam His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo in 2013.
Ekosiiisen on Asempa FM.
Or congratulating a friend. At the time we crown a 5-4 decision. Check it. Of President John Mahama de abeye 2 years. Na menjintu Marco court no we decide decision na court no we decide no crime. Many one in yajin, but majatum nti wutrim kwa na ye bobo which dom na ya support na etum aye ejuma a ose de aye edboa en man Ghana. President Muhammad on wanye bi to date on fra His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo mpo on bona abado on congratulating for winning the election emphatically. Osende, Obi, figures are individual candidates winning across the various polling stations in Ghana. Collate across the various constituencies in Ghana, across the various regions in Ghana, was not challenged. What challenge figure? Apart from the insignificant, yes, of course, election day, vote be here, but say so-called pardon osadono ewa say the be ejuma odo ye material to affect the outcome of the election. And to the extent there any alleged pardon biano to the further extent do be impact the outcome of the election no ought to be interrogated no. Asamo okaka wakota ni the electoral commissioner asamo ofina no de be no Supreme Court won so onum na wonji na do no one make declaration there abaye go ekoto yi obi endi nkunyam obi na say musumala sesa ewa into I am better use words like Kukwana stories now because in truth really nanka nka obeye in the spirit of national cohesion do man paying that do but congratulate His Excellency the President. No, but congratulate no, congratulate no. I don't know, Ghana for Wakasa.
That lack of AE from the former we take BB from the win of Nana Addo.
Oh, Nankasa ni statesmanship. Pedigree o man paying the dobia Ghana for in na yepedi holding. No take BB away from. Now man paying the no Chief Justice as sworn in. We take no oath of office in the presence of the people's representatives since 7th January. And they will be delivered the State of the Nation address in the presence of the people's representatives. And only the presidency is not in doubt. The mom ain't na Yehodian or man painful our Basin Court. His Excellency former President Kufuor, Daniel, former President Rawlings, winning the baby call. We hold them in high esteem. Zende obi them egwanewa. Since 1992, for 5 penwafu. 5 out of 30 million.
Yeah.
In Sibia Obofu de Megwano, we have to see them with reverence. Ghana Fuinano as a collective, or they are called one, the dignity that their office demands. And so for me, the takeout is rather the sense people get is now I'm paying that the statesmanship behavior to congratulate the sitting president. So, oh, you wasn't named Gutumaya. For me, it's unfortunate, but hey, it's his decision.
Remember my barber share a Dede Kakro called in Parliament, but before that, no Felix, you work closely with the former president. I didn't know. I didn't so be congratulated the sitting president.
Obi, nanka me say Sona na ye be discuss.
Yeah, but this is very important. About Sona.
President Mahama. O sha say o ya manyosem. Now ya
brantie.
No ya brantie. He has an absolutely solid track record in terms of comportment. Say period opini bi edi ne huni. Otutu na namun yi. Na oye ne ya e kire say period or man ho do no. There is no dispute about his caliber. No dispute. Oye mampini port e konwa so no. 2016. Ansa na Madam Charlotte say, Ebe declare final results. He had already considered defeat. Congratulated the power winning. And so record na Akufo-Addo. He has never done it in his life.
Ekosiiisen on Asempa FM.
Never. Onye bi da. President Kufuor eyebi. Afe 1996. Professor Mills. Now oye vice president. Any year election. Oluzu to President Kufuor in 2000 election.
2000, yes.
Before the final collation was done. You who say the Ekosiiisen idea you bet me of real Mampini Kufuor considered and congratulated him before the final declaration. Indeed, Dr. Farijan in his declaration about Abaso said he had shown say he's a perfect gentleman. Nana Akufo-Addo in 2008, he should show me the concession he made to President Mills and answer congratulations. As some kind say he acknowledges the results declared by the Electoral Commission. That's all. He never congratulated President Mills or even considered defeat. So that time now it was clear so he had lost. Even before we went to time, it was clear so he has lost. He had lost, sorry. The OAN said court to stop the Electoral Commission from declaring the results. Abane Tekunyasono was alleged and said opposition for ACC warm. What I sabi in kontompo samwa ombedi yese NEC phobia kokun nipa bi water region anunti may declare final results. They went to court on a holiday. Now it was the presence of mind of the judge and the savior man. Any omanpeni Kufuor in siya or yeah. On hindsight, said Nana Akufo-Addo or your sitting president in Ghana would have been in turmoil in 2008. He would never have handed over based on the time where presidency. Our saving grace was President Kufuor. On no issue statement is okay. He issued a statement urging Dr. Farijan to go ahead and declare the results, and that will ensure, say, Ghana's democracy is protected. Indeed, at the time, now CJ for in terms of the management of the country, it was the first time I hear born Abaso because he had shown, say, he was a statesman. That is what saved us. Say, and this country would have been thrown into turmoil. He did not congratulate President Mills. He has no record as Obi our contested election. Welusu, Aye Clares Welusu no, calling the person he had lost to congratulate him. In 2012, a court judgment and obey his speech said he had lost him. And even then, she at a tier or they Ghana for film. What kind of no brass spot? There are footage just of that. In fact, even more multimedia, more journalists, they assorted you material me pa mocho. So okay. A delegation led by Madam Obochi Saiko Finana Akumianum Ebaha be pa mocho. Sade no say is for yebi. So President Mahama, he has no problem congratulating anybody. Or Mampeni and not 2 minutes and he did it. Even before the final tally was publicly announced. It was a Friday, so okay. I think it was 9 December. So that track record no ewo. But you must listen to speech or man Adano Yawadano. But see, he accepts the verdict
of the court.
But disagrees because it was a flawed election. He disagrees with the process of the trial, any outcome. He went on to recount in Yama C election with moi. Ama Pepper Yanun Kuntembu NC.
Asempa FM.
Why? Since 1992. Chairman election, Nipa Bakokra Ewu. In this election, 8 Ghanaians were gunned down, including a 14-year-old girl. Akwalato Tofewa in fear do Naya Barua, ye bonutu because somebody wants to be president. Look at the abuse to which Ghanaians were subjected. nipa ekɔhwɛ collation na ekɔso a soldier for sani tuo gu omo so ku omo obi ɔse ɔyɛ bodyguard to obi in Flagstaff House no watam tuo abo nipa ku no e wa Blekuma Central ye winning a parliamentary seat to Techiman South then through manipulation near the ama MPP. And we see all these things. And what we are worried about most, they say somebody should be congratulated. President Mahama, let me put it on record. He has a record and Nana Akufo-Addo will be. Nana Akufo-Addo, I'm repeating, he has never conceded to anybody he has lost in an election to. There's a difference between conceding after a court case and conceding election as a democracy may lose into Mebo Abaso. Nana Akufo-Addo only a bit that. Now, you treated President Mills with total disrespect and contempt. Now, Edu so there, you are demanding, say you should be congratulated and a concession should be made to you. President Mahama, or man, the speech, it was clear. The speech is still available. We can read it. It was very clear. There's no dispute saying Nana Akufo-Addo and the president of Ghana. No, there's no, and anything in no call parliament. A command state of the nation address. President Mahama accepts that. There's no dispute about it. But I think that the issues are much deeper than the issue of congratulations. Or
so that congratulations will not come.
And I'm saying, say, as I speak to you, may any indication be as anything different is going to happen. But I'm saying that, say, as someone, say something detracts from President Akufo-Addo. When he failed to congratulate President Mills, did they prevent MP from putting him up? Did they prevent Ghanaians from voting for him again? 2012, we're holding him now to hostage. When lose election, it is clear. Now, one mobilizing supporters, Mama Kodi and some Mudi in our brass spot, attacking civilians, innocent passers-by. Almost say a man forecast. A good journalist here, people still voted for you when you were put up for election. Inti, MP before Nyai and someone more can see. There are deeper issues about the bastardization of state institutions, the politicization. And indeed, here by discussing state of nation address, some of it, because President Angasa made reference to some of these issues.
Yes.
You don't do those things. Now we are demanding congratulations. You must be fair and just as a leader. Say Pediasa. Say what say yaji utum. Say one ya no so enia. Why ne? Despite all the disagreements we had with President Kufuor, we were compelled as a group that opposed him to acknowledge his effort. Said the papaya idea etasumu. Because as president, the party Edi Nkugunu ordinary form and encourage the electoral commissioner to declare the results. Why was that delayed? Because now there were elements in his government led by Nana Akufo-Addo who wanted to hold this country hostage. That is in 2008. It was the most tense election. At a point, by 12 midday, now I'm to 2 almost shops made Ranifi, Central Business District of Accra. I don't know whether you were in Accra at that time. Obia or Accra, who acknowledge what I'm telling you. In fact, what's it?
You use your radio station.
Massa, nobody. Oh, me Mpacho. Radio Go did nothing unusual. Domi ya say. Indeed, it was Mr. Oh, Mpacho.
That's a money.
Obi, it was Radio Good. And now a boss, secret tape. On the tape, no, there was attached. There is a former interior minister, former Yendi MP. They didn't know escaping me. Alaji. He was interior minister under President Kufuor. A number of lawyers, they were discussing a diabolical plot. Say, Omode, Emu, Ekogu, Insuobimu of voter region, and claim, say, a MP before you come. Yes, but that is what happened. And on that,
was that an authentic?
Why? There was no dispute about it.
Okay.
It was Remonacha, no, your program for an election forensics. Indeed, it is part of the reasons I'm bored radio go to or 2 radio go as I'm speaking to you. Because it exposed them big time. And a man for whom the only said there was a timer. They actually ordered say Radio Go should be closed down. They sent military men to Radio Go. Just almost quite another was a human shield until they could not penetrate. So SMS were gonna happen. But sometimes you bury all those things. So send your mind but let no MPP person attempt to come and lecture NDC any MP for on how to conduct ourselves when we lose elections. Why? 1992 elections in 2000 said that was the first time there was a transfer. And yes. When President
Rollins at the time
was alive, did he not oversee a peaceful transfer? 2004, Yedi Nkugu, did you not accept the results? We had challenges. Indeed, Rojone, I think, former squadron leader, Cleanse, when because I should say, Omukoko to challenge aspects of electoral commission conduct. In 2008, and I repeat, Senior President Kufuor and not in AC for moi. In Cadet Senanado, no yes, sitting president. I am certain in my mind he would not have handed over. Because even as opposition leader, in a year trying to get a judge to stop the electoral commission from declaring results alone. It took President Kufuor's courage and conviction to insist that the right thing must be done. And now also our class, so he saw there was so much. Why did that tension come? Why? In 2016, even 2020, did we see that kind of tension? But it was so tense because Obia who said, "I deal with more than Kugo and person with him."
But Felix, you were speaking about records. Sisiano on record, no. Nanado has a record say after a court case, we concede a congratulating the power winning court case, no. Now there is another court case. Adentina President Mahama.
I'm saying
don't follow that track record.
The most elegant thing to do as a Democrat.
Yes.
Adia we ya bowa baso pa ne say ye kan aba no na ye nwie na wa hu se we die medi nkugu na amanfo ayemhyehye kakra wo ho na wa ba abonte abeka say abaye die minim say ye kan nwie na so mesese nkonta na aba na e kire say obi edi nkunim ti obi me bowa baso say wedi me so nkunim na me ma wadwo brebre. President Mahama has done that. President Akufo-Addo onye bi da.
Akufo-Addo has done that after a court case.
I'm telling you that. So, Mini Amesa cannot come and question President Mahama's statesmanship and our credentials. When he had power, not to make it. Oh yeah, he did not flinch.
Asempa FM.
But there's a different set of circumstances in the 2020 elections with many outstanding issues. Some comedian omuntumi can share under the guise of congratulations as there are bigger and deeper issues. But I know SONA21 discussing. But I'm sure there will be opportunity.
Absolutely.
To discuss those matters.
Absolutely. Mesa, 2 minutes now embrace one.
I don't know. What there is about rationalizer. About rationalize. Now 2016, former President Mahama no option than to consider. 2016, 2012, we went to court with evidence of illegalities that had been committed in the election. And are we free?
Yes.
Unlawful activity. In fact, we sought for the Supreme Court to annul almost 4 million votes. What are you talking about? So what are you talking about? We did not believe in the outcome of the election. That's why we went to court with evidence.
Ekosiiisen on Asempa FM.
Almost 11,000 pink sheets. Now, short memory association. Look, the fact of the matter is that 2008 election was won by less than 30,000. Okay. It was contentious. So you rationalize that assuming there is Excellency Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo at the time one concede to President Mills. Until 2021, Ako Supreme Court mente who? Any mente wa?
Yes, Asawa.
Evidence that court ma wa bow petition not watching.
Now he speaks of deeper issues.
Which deeper issues?
Okay,
Chairman, Mrebo. What did they take to court? What the deeper issues be court? Which deeper issues did they take to court?
What's the deeper way?
Oh, Obi, here. Must say every life is important. And mo commiserate with Ewana, unfortunately, Osho Wanankwa in the 2020 general elections. And I expect that
Ekosiiisen on Asempa FM.
But you see, here, Obi. Oh yeah, Mama yem burying its row. One him. Mempedema equalize That's the first time people have died in an election in this country. Whether general or by. Unjustifiable. God forbid. Nama justify obi. Never. But I'm holier than thou. Attitude of the J. Should stop. Chiponi and all those people were shot. It didn't happen in this country. But we don't have to go back and try to ever justify action B against OB. Never for me. But the more kade President Mahama onu why you be day. Obi am punish or don't consider defeat. After all, who cares? I must not office or occupy no.
Ekosiiisen on Asempa FM.
And you sit here and say that, oh, why be there in the past? Into one year being there. It's really not a big deal. Well, that's your choice. But the it's not here like then another non consider election they are. I demonstrate action in there time of Supreme Court. Or deliver a decision in August 2013. Nana do danko Akufo-Addo of a phone of the friend Mr. Mahama, then president, congratulating. It's a matter of public record. And then 2021 wo consistency ya ne comportment here. Ibia ni bu okroma hai apart from Mr. Mahami.
FM.
Na kawai me na yehu. Now, when it suits him, there is or comportment. When it doesn't suit him, then he can choose to either congratulate or not to congratulate.
My end
You're consistent to no Bob Wobia.
My end 13 after 5. Ekosiiisen Suni.
Ekosiiisen
Asempa
on
FM. So
Asempa
we'll come to Sona and Afe. The Yen Ayate and then Messasa with Honorable Felix Quachio for Su. But Ansana no. So we'll drink breakfast or maybe a chanano pa. Bepachoma Sanka Momo milk powder. Yes. Momo milk powder. Filled with all the right nutrients and remarkably high in protein, which is really perfect for your body. And Maunsanka a 10 or sachet of Momo milk powder and enjoy your Gary soakings, your Hausa cocoa, your masque, or your cereals. Momo milk powder is available in all leading supermarkets and shops in Ghana. Open the door to a 0596 913 366 0596 913 366. Momo milk, stronger, healthier, and happier. Now make OMV and Sons Limited permanent puncture sealant. Omodi abe friend puncture safe. One time you say ye pompi bi go car tire muma wa afebo enya de atai ni benya puncture biara da. We no a silly a minimum of 100 punctures per tire. Na a silly tire no in real time. In the bomode in a bra multimedia opposite Joy FM ha Ekoko mlemle ubehu OMV and Sons Limited ho na yemfa puncture save ni bingu car time na eno ano ntomoda one tie deflations ne sanioma no eni adwuma bia ebio fre 0207 245 428 0207 245 428 your agent be bring so Ghana ha Okozongo Junction Total Filling Station e wo ho no Bar Shock ye betimi be egu car time ama Ashaiman Gulf City, Dacoman Junction, Total Filling Station, Sprintex and Soskion Limited, Petrosol Filling Station, Kentampo Nanabonsio, and Oyarefa Goil Filling Station. Ye hear agents and so in the regions, and Unim say the franchise Nemawa, Unkwa the whole region, Una will control the best idea movie in your region in Tibra. Now, when it's we will be to me any juma now so fanko for be na ejumem and they will be to my regional agent na we distribute puncture safe ni bi e wo region free number ni bi 0207 245 428 na one yen into me any enkomo in the me chance na yen share review of SONA 2021 and matters arising. Honorable Felix Ma memfa won sha said, "What say, you know, or reactions?"
Yeah, will be that's it. I'm saying maybe no so, but you see there are a few things I say.
Ekosiisen on Asempa
Sir,
FM.
and some can be to say 2008 elections were close.
Asempa FM.
And also free him. The elections were organized under the auspices of an MPP government. In Naswa no more day ma. Say bibia kwache no say be period and then to asumu. They were in charge of security. So I'm not honorable Kandapa or a minister for defense. To the extent to say Kenya Japan is on record to have said they recruited 1,000 macho men in the second round in Ashanti region. Now, one kasa uti ko nyaso wa organize the election we di nkugua. We say it was close until you won't acknowledge defeat and congratulate him for winning. Abaye de boba no, ye de botechi. So you had no excuse. Just that, now my imagine said you didn't want to hand over. Little did you know, say President Kufuor was not going to countenance that. That is all that happened. Just go to the record, go and check what happened during that election. As of that time, now the two people who had preceded Anado as opposition candidates and as contestants in an election had done that. They had conceded defeat before the final tally of the election. He had every opportunity. So
Ekosiisen
or
on
can
Asempa
consistency.
FM.
So where is his consistency? In any event, President Mahama Shah says so your politics. What is we could be aka or that be that? What question mebunu in crying about my basu say or makoye it will trust him. Nanado, and you know they say dark rhetoric in our politics by or die be die. It's why you be big crowd. How can you publicly encourage violence? It's make a comportment. This is the distinction. But Emrebe Miyaka 2020.
I said only last year.
Ama, your first
was born in violence.
but in response to what? What was in fact, oh, me passion. Masa Obi,
the opportunity.
I'm putting it on record. There's not been any election, whether by or general, I will be a Ghana. In 2012, time President Mahama ye or Mampenino, Obi and one team you crack 2016, Obi a team yanka. Nana go for the Bayer president, apart from I also West Wagon, which was a terrorist attack on innocent Ghanaians organized by government, a state-sponsored terrorism, and of course, why else West Wagon. Omukofa MPP Nantie, Eddie Omayano Akondie, any Atadia share, almost say Omunkoton share NDC for some motu nemunku. They shot people who are maimed as I speak to you. Indeed, he defended some of the miscreants in the white paper. Say they acted under provocation. Go and watch that video. Say if we are security official, now we call baby say we comment any law and all that. That is your behavior. They couldn't even hold boys na yard accountable. So it was deliberately planned. What can I say? I came here to tell you, say, because of assembly, the general election will witness similar incidents. And then they see 8 people shot dead. It been see that. Our Ghana back saying, name me one electioner will be a war Ghana. It been see that. Not even Rawlings military regime, a transitional democratic regime, no, recorded that. Mevan said the most imperfect election in
Asempa FM.
1992. Because now I feel Yasha say. As we went along the line, we fine-tuned things, we polished things, and you see Nyama. But even that election, with all its imperfections, never recorded the level of violence under this election. And now what is even more hurting, they say, he was speaking about investigation. Show me any serious investigation going on in that thing. Why? And I mean, what I say. Yaso ni muse. Sa techiman it will trust someone. Yaso ni mu. But I'm talking about lives, 8, including a 14-year-old girl.
But relative to Ablekuma Central, it's in court. Some of the suspects
8 people have died. In any event, Sani Panoy then was Ablekuma. And yes, vigilantism. It will trust me a party for a day at a show me and a coffee side and buy. But Techiman South, what is happening there? Sa 14-year-old girl, you're born to no bonnie ben no why you're born to. These are matters that must be considered. And it is a reflection of the kind of leadership I want, because others have preceded the current leader that we have. President Kufuor or Mampeni, a friend is saying, gentle giant. Or Mampeni Mills by a near friend is saying, assume drinking. Or Mampeni Mama by no, if you think I will be in no, sir, it will trust me, about 2 more. But Abraham Nado can all die be die. It's where a chip guy walk or say, Sandy, any bit me about Bemono. And Penyampa hasn't not happened. So 2020 has a different set of circumstances. What we should be hankering about and hankering after. And I say you praise ye be say it will travel this in some money no. Ye choma so. Na adeshia yabo mutu ekom ya no. Yape attentrene any pepe ye ediamo mbusuafo. Now in terms of comportment and statesmanly behavior, the man did it when he was president. Or your president will lose waba. I say he had no option. But who has ever had an option when he loses an election in Ghana? 2008, no. What option did Nanado have than to concede defeat? Even 2012, after Supreme Court ruling, what option did he have than to accept and concede defeat? So nobody has had any option. But the distinction no lies in what you behave, how you behave, and response. In so that is completely missing in President Akufo-Addo narrative. Until yesterday, MPP should focus on weightier matters. At this year, their families need justice. That is what they should be speaking to us about. And let's say, Omanpeni call SONA, State of Nation Address, one can't want them. But it is such a critical issue. Say, we free when ye, and we are talking about lives. And can't be said what where we did them and asking what to we are talking about lives, innocent lives, young lives cut short because of a certain mentality. Say somebody must be president at all costs. So even if it means using deadly force, why should we have such a discussion? And what we are concerned about, whether somebody has called somebody or not. Sebi, Omanpeni Akufo-Addo, has he even bothered to check on families of Omwa? Elsewhere, at least, Obesho say Assembly on Assembly Simpoa, Efano, Enka Ebusianfo Matono, he would at least commiserate a major speech more to There's, as I speak, there's no hope for more Mashre or Madician. Now, I was worse on, and then a year. They didn't do anything. It's yesterday, that conversation should be reserved for another day. But my memory so naso. Obi. O mine emra no kire say if you mre to mre no so man peni no ko na hye bedwum na okoyi Ghana fo ana musifo ye MPs no asotire ewo tibia o mine wo ene kan state
of the nation
o mine no tibia no etesen in terms of the man peni ye ne de sa na Ghana mra no kire so man peni ne baso a sene dwumadie no edin eda so no kire no ese enya oman no tibia ewom na asem a won say ansa no oman panin ekom na hye bedwum ene no na Ghana fo ankasa nim tibia oman no wom. It is the worst kept secret. See, a can state or a nation ene Ghana tibia wom. It is the worst kept obi anim sabi impedias akwala onam kwa hompo.
Ekosiisen on Assembly
just that
FM.
Ye hwe say the oman panin ebeka no. And then the from no say a quaben croma na say a boy bra. Now no crane the Omanpeni no is not different from what he's done in the last 4 years. We no obetimi aka say a febino it should provide opportunity for a summary of his first term. Say we be do man so in fear 9. And yakwa about so. Inti in fear 9 obedis or minus no. Say na o man no tibia etie sa wo de toto abra na obana ena ye koye nimu no nsese ni anamantuo ben ena odi begu apono so a ebema me ne omienu ya brabo emu ayemre e wo Ghana amani for me no wo bo no tofa ensem wo da apono so no eno no edi kan no because of what we know objective facts no kure wo from no ye nimu say Ghana is not in a better position today than it was at the time of Omanpeni Akufo-Addo. Ebidio minus. Now we know ya wa so dia ya dehwe. Enye bosire muka.
Asempa FM.
Impuntu aba. Ebeye mresi ebi hu.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
So obvious. Inti Ghana is in a worse state today than it was in 2017 around this time. In fact, so I'm making obeso say enokra kofa Omanpeni Akufo-Addo in the State of the Nation address to March 2017. Now for 2020. But said there are many things missing. Edi kan man penyanga saka be bifa o man sika sam to tie ho. Repeat was a abofo ka se be kind of rhetoric. Rhetoric na say asema ye Canada. Rhetoric asema ye Canada. Ensa de ni nyina so ba ye Canada. Na ya man of fire yes ade no pa public rhetoric can be a manokura woman say the economy is in a worse shape today than it was in March 2017. Objective reality. Man penisi they grew at an average of 7%. Interest rates are down. But one say answer no be say analysis mo. E so be say obeso o man ni mo na ye tibia e wo sika sem to tuye mo no etisen. Ahyenso de a ye de hwe say o man no egina yi ana say enyina yi no na etisen. Na wo de toto ene de no so a etisen. Nyame ya adom a ye say by end of this
on Asempa
April. Ghana Statistical Service edi eye ahyenso de a friend macroeconomic indicators ni baba. Na me so woni me so minim. Say it will be the worst in 40 years because of in some ways inti. Me know what I say, you know. Growth will not be bigger than what President Akufo-Addo met in March 2017. Debt rate a cow mine dear no. Enya papa and senate you beto no March 2017. The Bonifan deficit. Enya papa and senate you beto no March 2017. And are various indices. But of course, figures, maybe I hope say budget, you know, they will be able to give indication. Yeah. But some man, yes, by the end of this month and as early April, we should be able to have a full hand. But we all know, maybe an America. Now in PMP, you know, I am the suborno about COVID. About 4 cases, be a friend of weapon boy. Just a COVID, a bear weapon boy. Just will be a bunny. Because almost to say a convenient excuse. Mr. America. Sans no mo kan nya no kre ansa na covid beba no na nia magija atete apansam deda ansa na covid beba no
Ekosiiisen on
na your budget deficit worse na enye papa nsene de on beto no after 2016 na deficit is 6.3% of GDP. The last deficit before covid na 7.5% of GDP. Na as far make you so say MP before omo ye de bonifa no specific promise omo shebo na akwanya bia na ho say omo ba they will reduce the deficit. Reducing the deficit ni say e was said the obeto ye no the odi beja ye no what so but answer na covid dey beba no na enam 7.5%. It was higher than what they inherited. I thought me no public debt and also what MPP manifesto more page 13, they were clear. So one of the things we're going to achieve, they say, they will reduce borrowing. What I say, you reduce borrowing, I just say, a cow mine dear no. And they bossy are wobbon better so. Abro Amoba Kunyano so March 2017, na Omampeni area port no. On one gasani no mutu. Na a car dear no, age na 120 billion. Your Washington, dear Bakubia, your friend of debt to GDP ratio. Your say, a car would dear no. Ya de toto a yesika,
o mine sika nyina.
O mine sika ya kabom near the toto one at the same. Esikasemu enim before, anywhere say a man saying na Yajitumo say, Enise a bro or hanchemu eduoson 70%. Abomo ba bemono na yediano ewo 56.5%. 56.5%. Answer na cover the beba no. Na kekakwa 70 deda. Indeed, intia enya ne kire se afinko na wi re ko 80%. Which would be a catastrophe.
Asempa FM.
Abro mo be konua so na e kan ye 120 billion. Answer na cover the beba around this time last year. Na e kan no ehwe abro 200 billion. I think it was around 210 billion. Until there's no room for maneuver say COVID inti in your what to be a woman. It had nothing to do with COVID. Those indicators are my boss watching. Even with COVID and also no. Said say when watch wa who send you to near maname boa. Because of decisions are a year based on the need to win elections for them into no. They have exacerbated the problem. Into deficit no, e be free age na bibia yembe. Me, I won't be surprised if on the banana deficit is about 20%. I won't be surprised.
Ekosiiisen
Because of the year no election time. On my opinion, so can say at the Quintia, Omunye Sika, at the best of COVID and nature said they were better managers of the economy. And also, and to me, no crash, say, what should the very letter, Krata, a year, Ura, Kanufuyata, extra command IMF, so on the quadrum of $1 billion now. It showed say na near major as a chap. Indeed, on one case I didn't move to or catch from the Mama Soya senior mano, is it a some level? Indeed, so was it a some after 2 years and you won't need support for COVID. You won't need it because your economy was on sound footing. Who were reserves?
But many other countries relied on that.
But there
support.
are many other countries that did not rely on any support because on economy, papa. Many countries didn't rely on support for COVID.
Not in our part of the world.
But their countries their economies are doing better than ours, even in COVID. Some are our neighbors. Some are smaller countries than Ghana. Inti sa etu amampenidi tu no say they are better managers of the economy. Enya no cannot be true. That is not the reason tia enya COVID sika. So sika sam no obi mene mini amesa. Si eba wo se ye beji sika. Se me wo sika sen mini amesa. Who are you more likely to help? And yet, Nipa own is
yeah.
So, what is the president talking about? We see no papa, so you got support. Papa and you won't get support. And indeed, facts. I call IMF. You told them the state of the economy. But when they say it was palos, it was in a palos state. Now, tetia pansam. And now, you even demanded a rapid credit facility, not an extended one. Just say first carry in me yanya sa.
FM.
On my peninsula say they got it because they were better managers of the public purse. Bruni say nothing could be further from the truth. Bibi anywhere enya no clear ensigns as way. Without a shadow of doubt, this is the worst government in terms of managing the public purse.
Oh, how?
Look, enema mienu proya ni ketasehye. And now, your relationship with institutions are protected because public person and you are buying on a protecting necessarily. They are institutions
of state
that are supposed to check government excesses. Send a beya or man of photo no yan to tonasi. Or man penny way dear. A bright or position or catch as or bar or bebo for one woman. Or catch as a woo pesika and yana bemun as a woman. Obi. Sabi we here obi no akashiro said the course will PPA obia we could see his account at the time and all my bemu anytime about bemu he could not explain how he got it no. It is a clear indication said the public purse has been ravaged. Indeed me mobile won't show the amount of corruption that has taken place under President Kufuor now. Some chance say me can minimum cry NY pro any get so PPA pro any get ankoso bust.
Is it not what the leader does when those things come to his attention?
What has he done? Who has been punished for corruption in this country? PP Asamono. What has happened to him? NY Asamono. Indeed, one of the deputy directors are because he's been appointed Western North Regional Minister. Meaning how that can constitute punishment for wrongdoing.
Maybe after investigation.
What investigation? What there be investigation when Australia visa scandal. Absolutely certain said there was visa fraud. Visa fraud no so so that women just go mbutum. Chreme, who has been punished? A Japa due.
Ekosiiisen on Asempa
Omanpenin Ankasa. Eden Betchere Ghana for said no so anti-corruption crusade and mad. Now no one mujidi so bet to me akon etia point ketasehye. Eye matinami do asem. What was his parting shot? Abra Tre Krata a chatwo. Efas Aban was or say Omanpenin no ye mother serpent of corruption.
That's an opinion.
Oh, what opinion? Omanpenin na sonimu ebegina bonten said this is the man me woni mujidi so obeku etia point ketasehye. The man is telling you say Omanpenin ye mother serpent of opinion. In any event, say we read the course. You saw the open nepotism. Koko football boy na ewum. PDS and then no Kasawani action. Abana kasa be ka kire yen say drill ne poetic as she komo nti e na omutwa deal no meboa. But who has been held liable? Into what say Omanpenini, what did you do? In some of the instances, but the answer near be share same no wie no. No Omanpenini ebua.
Well, it's not Usi from Mame me pacho.
Inti another Chenya. No president has undermined anti-corruption institutions than President Akufo-Addo. Indeed, wo ranke Omanpenini yenya. Omomodo mo so ani in terms of relationship with anti-corruption bodies. Omanpenini Akufo-Addo will be the last.
But it depends on how you look at the
relationship. How do I look at it? Look,
and then I say, in terms of resourcing these agencies, his government commitment has been
a function of resource availability. A function of resource. Me, I can prove for you evidence that shows that we gave Shraj, Auditor General, they had more resources than the previous government. But look at how they have treated Auditor General. Indeed, Siaka anti-corruption. Say Auditor General, only the most important anti-corruption tool ayewa minim ne ohobiu because ono na afibia no ohwe aban krata mu no dia betu dwa se we akochew nti yesi efida Omanpenin we ba akonwa so e no de papa no a no ye Auditor General no to tankru obi a wo se wo protect public person se obi original se okon atia point that se sha
Asempa FM
why ye de obetumi nyina se obeji ne free ho under frivolous, trumped up charges of wrongdoing. Edi kaino. Abra Mr. Domelovo. Or the anti-corruption fights no call Flagstaff House pay. And no fan no time say ombe yinefiwo. Sa crawl
Ekosiisen on Asempa
deal na omutu $1 million for no work done. Enunti enobdi na to tankru. Because omususu say na anti-corruption fight no aben Omanpenin aso ye dodo. And what did they do? Na akabaye 3 days. Mama court on sa crawl associate issue no. Until na the Auditor General had to peruse some documents beyond the to agree say the thing can proceed. 3 days to that no muji if you were under the guise of leave. Say uncle leave. And no more point you before. Nipano went to agree with everything that he brought. Yen na enim say nka third match na ese nka papa no ba me kra me post say o ba that very day and another frivolous trumped up charge ba say papa no dey blue 60 inti uncle leave me say no president uncle retirement no president has dared do this Omanpenin bi no wa ba wetin ayi saje we bi but the reason why o me yin free ho no is because omonim say otenakwa he will expose the corruption at Ekoso Obenwe. Iti sa Omanpenin can say he has been a better manager of the public person cannot be true on the evidence that we have.
Fellas, far home I'll come back to you.
No problem.
In the 30 seconds.
The truth is that say Wokoma State of the Nation addresser. Indeed, Omanpenin can try to say people appointed to such positions must act in good faith. It is not for the president to determine. Because Auditor General is an independent creation. And yet for the president to determine what constitutes bad faith or not, now we're intervening. In any event, talking of good faith, a woman say, Obi Beko court, not 3 days to the time, where is the good faith in that? Say, audit service for Eddie Baby Brewer, at least at a minimum, would see Nipayaka, some fan honso, nature family bois. Most yes, upon we do more than 60. Me wa pa your friend ya Ghana ha sani ye ne ma nti no se wo me your friend me kojo me bo kojo no kire wa ehun hia se me kan da ye wo me a kire because you know it's our traditional system nti ye fro bi ya wa a chinye bi ani ho a da be ne ye wo na nya ya wada
yes
sa ya wada da no cannot make the man 60 years yet on the say so of audit service board na me no I have known from day one say sa antokwa na ye Omanpenin toka no mo koma no. He did not waste time at all to base me. I consider it as constructive dismissal. Just because when say he is the last man standing in the fight against corruption. So as I speak to you, Omanpenin Akufo-Addo no record the one say he fights those who fight corruption. It's boss or the best and say he will protect the public person. Then look, he has opened up the public purse for systematic abuse and plunder That is what it's and yeah, no tin brain. COVID no, we got support because na asem yemobo. That is the truth.
Fellas, I'll come back to you now for Maje or other submission. But Honorable Mesa, yes, your State of the Nation address. You were in Parliament. Your thoughts, what you heard.
Before more alcohol crown, Mr. Domelovo, no, ni audit service board, one exchanges. I can kana.
Pochonyo.
And some now, one letter moon, I'm not much ramana.
Oh, I Domelovo letter. No,
why not Troy?
Oh, no, not Troy.
So, what's his issue? You see, yeah, it come on no crossing. Domelovo, when was he appointed?
I think after elections in
16th December 2016.
Yeah.
When Mr. Mahama had lost the election
on Asempa FM.
No appointing. Nana Adonai Akufo-Addo Oyineda.
Asempa FM.
No.
Oyineda. Mr. Domelovo is on record to have said there. Abanibia audit service. Auditor General Office, resources. Nana Adonai Akufo-Addo Naban. I'm not trying, man. I'm not moving. But then some of the medicine in the now, oh yeah, you see, them crawler associates issue no. You just cannot understand. Yeah, I don't know who. Samson,
yeah.
Dumelovona Semia came out. So we have to call people out. The media men, sometimes you play neutral, dodo, and some bonibi or kodo. It will be good in that same spirit for you to make a determination and call people out, whether indeed and in fact, crawl associates, where you Juma would you call for no work done, Anna. It will be good.
Ekosiiisen
Because you have seen all the documentation. What was the issue? Oyane audit inquiry. Already query.
Asempa FM.
Or the Kama senior minister, no office there. Yehu there. Wait 2 years Kebiama company call associates. Backing document for him. Also, Ejuma call associate woye no. Or you're sensitive kakra. No more documents in our office. In Zinkabutuma, bra. Na bed then be inspect. Is that not what happened? Okoya. Mr. Domelovo Okoya. In fact, what court no? What was the decision of the court? For he was even cited for contempt. But for the magnanimity of the Attorney General's office, I will plead. Yet, listen to the kinds of things that they say. Are there no clear inconsistencies in his own responses to the letter that the Audit Service Board chairperson wrote to him? There are no inconsistencies.
Ekosiiisen on Asempa FM.
And our Auditor General is above the law. He can do as he pleases. And you can't sit here. Come and sit here. Yeah. Nana Akufo-Addo, Ewa, Ghana for him no. And that's so okay. Now, them Public Procurement Authority na National Youth Authority na bust in some semi. Recycled stories now. PPAP, timer, charge. Constitutionally mandated body. Why you want investigation? You president Oman paying 1 second now. 1 second.
1 second.
Prosecution be also order okodo for unexplained what. Now the process on goda. Ongodo. Japa transaction. I don't know, Godfrey Dami
Ekosiiisen
Oko,
on
appointment
Asempa
committee, it's in the
FM.
response.
Yes.
The mass summon me the home come on. Not once. Issues, sir. Former special prosecutor, Orezi. We dealt with it here. Look at the Constitution. Article 29, implied powers. Now, catch them there. A deputy minister of state hasn't got capacity to execute contracts. Obi, Article 297. Also, words directing or empowering a minister of state to do an act or a thing or otherwise applying to him by the designation of his office include a person acting for him, or if the office is vacant, a person designated to act in that office by or under the authority of an act of parliament, also his successor office, and all his deputies
Ekosiiisen
or
on
other
Asempa
assistants.
FM.
Yet, if the special prosecutor, former special prosecutor, look at the State Contract Act, that if the former special prosecutor comes to say
FM.
that a deputy minister of finance, Charles Edubuahini, hasn't got capacity to execute contract on behalf of the state. Look, for fellas, I went to law school, and I was able to adedi. But Obi, you are in law school. I've been called to the bar. Is it consistent, that conclusion consistent with the law? This was some.
Let me tell you.
Mama Mubufu. Is that conclusion consistent with the law? So if he is questioned, no man paying no pay katasishe. Oh, now one can say you investigation. Say a corruption risk assessment. Obia insu kono. Ayawu corruption risk assessment we. Umbrano nchraw there for report fakam obia. Awara in your own volution. Let's all
on Asempa FM.
because ejuma ye no oye novel. It been see what Ghana Chrome had. Now, a few there going forward, or that decisions are bound to be taken, or you're informed by them corruption risk assessment. In terms of report, they come on campaign. Correct?
Yes.
Now they come on campaign, no be so there. Now, Opino, find this here and make
Asempa
against
FM.
individuals here name one war Adimu. Ejin Biara in the spirit of natural justice. Ebi someone no mu asama. As no. No so oh. No form one. Na ehon so nyanu bi wo ha wo be ya. In a way. Only mother serpent of corruption. Give an opportunity for the people that you have accused. Kwanama wo yi wanano no. Oh. Catch on no kwarewa. Wasa. Na me yede bokwa anyi na. Aba ha oyen mani. Obi.
Ekosiiisen on Asempa FM.
Mo World Bank document wo enwa. Ehye de a bond e wudi and this vode di Ghana.
What about the
Power.
power sector?
Man am catchro. Hwe. Yen energy consumption before 2015 and after 2015. Before 2015 on a black tick bar, you know.
Yeah.
And a post 2015 or yeah that blue portion.
Yeah.
Now peak demand on your red line or them no. Share.
Wow.
This is what the NDC did to Ghana. And so they have the audacity to talk. Obi, share document okay to say no. They bought power as if to say it was confetti, that there was no tomorrow. Such that today, a cow connects with the gas sector. So,
Ekosiiisen on Asempa FM.
These people. Now, Obi, share statistics. Oh no, that is some. The data doesn't lie. Time His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo na ban power in 2017 January. Economic indicators are inherited. It's documented.
Asempa FM.
To the point that businessmen were tested. Interest rate to crown came down. It's a fact. Cost of doing business began to improve. Rate of debt accumulation declined. Exchange rate improved. Fiscal Responsibility Act abano passe. Debt to GDP ratio, budget deficit was brought under control. It's a matter of fact.
But later,
until COVID, this is factual. 2017, 2018, 2019, all the indicators. And I'm our journalist, not lawyers. There's a mukako isama. You can tell the people of Ghana the state of Ghana's economy. IMF reporting now the reviews. Ghana began to attain its pride of place in Africa. It's a matter of fact. Share banking sector clean up arising out of the mismanagement of the NDC.
Asempa FM
Impacted yen debt to GDP ratio. Yes. Anunsi, in the wisdom of the finance ministry, also look, yen day-to-day management of the economy. Bossa yer bo yeti ye ejuma. Yen tum yan for banking sector, yen from fra. So we will report it separately. Below the line. Osande, unlike
FM.
When Mr. Mahama was the president of this country, Ghana in economy, and when Ankasa their own admission that they had faulted in the management of the economy so much to the point where even energy bills want to no solution of bills that they were unable to pay is to contract more power. The logic I cannot understand. Look at where our peak demand was. Way below our generation capacity. It's Vice President, then candidate Baumia. Okay, then look. Dumsona ye komuno. Only because we don't have capacity. It's financial. That's a World Bank document. That proves to the point that they themselves are rising out of the reckless expenditure that they made in the 2012 election. See if they're watching you ho. Until they had to go to the IMF. 18 months into the IMF program. Not one indicator had been met. Not one of all the benchmarks that they themselves had agreed to. The story changed under Akufo-Addo. Fact. All are indicators. And see, say, obits na ha. No, catch them there. Catch a Ghana for there. On your COVID. The COVID will impact the entire world. Every single country, their economy. And you know, no one be able to some wow to kakra. Then what is the person talking about? Apart from being propaganda.
Even in COVID, there are some other countries doing well.
Which ones? But your one side to be my brother. Fight with the data. Oh, chairman.
We are growing at 3%.
Chairman.
We are growing at 0.1%.
No, we grew. 2020 we are growing at 1.9.
Ekosiiisen on Asempa FM.
Now remember, fellas, I'm your bia. I don't back to mouth for her. But I'm a brother. You suppose more. How about cause occasion must be. These are matters of fact. So you cannot discount 2020 as an outlier. You can't. Now, say 2020, and they compare the previous performance of the government. Hey, Obi, the Yamin there. Akufo-Addo government is a better manager of the economy than the NDC. This is a notorious fact. Ghana a 2-year-old boys in Apu Bianim. Because Obi. Statistics no. Oh yeah, but also no here. That statistics no here. Then so what's the point? Osande. Macro level indicators newa. Consistent good performance.
Ekosiiisen on
No reflect.
FM.
Well, individuals, one life, businesses. Because senior surplus, consistent trade balances in your surplus. What it does is that it impacts your exchange rate. Osande, our excess currency, it may support international trade activities. And I will be boba. Say if the interest rate consistently or drop, then businesses what to when your capital what to more source debt. I was expand one businesses. And see, unless of course, and of course, it shouldn't surprise anybody. That right from the very beginning, our friends in the NDC have seen nothing good with the Akufo-Addo administration. It's over canyon. And I'm not surprised at all that in the midst of a notorious truth that COVID has wreaked havoc on global
on Asempa FM
economic system. Felix Beji now catch Ghana for the on your COVID. The we are back at the COVID. Now I'm a yen economy would be more real. That's not surprising. Bobby, share.
Now a son for my mom.
Oh, did I do your Felix get say?
No, I can't archer power.
Many problem. Now, questioner, Ghana for you be saying only there. Abana, we inherited the first oil in commercial quantities. At one point, young GDP growing by 14%. What 2 minutes now? 1 base manage to the point that Ghana was growing at 2.4%. And now, Abana obey GDP growth rate levels in excess of 7% consistently for 3 years. While encounter global pandemic Hona. Uno botum we feed the me honum. That's the question. Until the State of the Nation address His Excellency the President, and then focus largely on post-COVID recovery. Also, the CCR, Yamin Chade, mind the more co-vaccine in the Obi small. Felix, between the time that I took it out to be 5, 6. Number hobby behind him, me a guy. And when I was I did all put one more academy. Be 9 o'clock. And me ready to move here to get me the Boko Academy so more for Panadol to be now just in case. Me too that. Late reaction be me no. Thankfully,
Asempa FM.
Yenya vas.
Yeah.
Inti ode boy yehu Janaya prepare post the COVID. Now, share Obi
In 30 seconds, me come up.
on Monday behind se botumpuna or your fundamentals no.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
And they say that statistics are one pin or people who are enrolled on a national ID card system are you being integrated into tax identification numbers, into social security, the digital address system, the mobile money into probability are all cover. In the Ghana for access to financial services, 70% data. What it tells you is that unlike in the past where everyone was enrolled on the tax identification or tax identification number, where under 800,000 through creativity, ingenuity, thinking, forward thinking, we implement the policy of digitization. All of a sudden, we have 50 million people on the tax net. Do you know what that means on the revenues of this country? Obi, can you begin to even imagine? And say, look,
Okay.
Ghana is in the right hands. It's on the right path. COVID would go, and this country, under the Obatanpa
on Asempa
program.
FM.
The sky can only be the beginning. On the bottom of
Andrew Ejapa Mesa and your chain in Canada. I'll come back to you guys now. Yasen to us about Sampine listening to us from Kumasi says, Obi, Felix spoke on end about corruption under this administration, but couldn't mention one CD lost to the state. For example, someone manages to use other means to get contract. Is that a loss of money to the state? Or if somebody engages in visa fraud, if only these allegations are true, is it a loss to the state? Felix should wake up from his... Yes. We ain't running an election tomorrow. This corruption tag against President Akufo-Addo is like a non-stick cooking bowl. It will never stick. That's Sampine in Kumasi. Let me see. Wait, sir. Good day, Obi. As part of our culture and tradition, when people are named after someone, they tend to inherit his full or entire name, including the day of birth. There are people whose date of birth falls on a different day, but bears a day name other than the day of their birth. Because of the names of people they were named after, Honorable Felix should know this basic issue relative to our culture and traditions. Grandpa Asti, Ewo Menchia South. Menchia South, still in the Ashanti region. Tell Honorable Felix that if he is being honest, he should first remove the speck in their eyes before the lumber in the eyes of opponent. Those who were shot in Cherepone, are they less Ghanaian human beings than those he's talking about? What did he champion at that time till now? I don't support any type of violence, but honestly, people should have principles, okay, in life. Edwin is in Takrade, the Onodia Braying, any messages not does, but I would have to do this and come back to Felix. That Felix and so at the second part of the discussion no at Jamunshan and so and for my Franco Trading TCL, the Creative Life, Dependable Herbal, Omodi Adoma Lakiaba, and a Global Lighting Center Limited in Kania Papa Fie. After this short break, Felix would bring us second part of the analysis. Now,